Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, shalom. I'm the brother Damal Gabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and I found this video from the brothers, I think it's an Arrow of Indignation. You know, the brothers always putting up these clips of, very good videos that brothers can use to do videos and, that's dealing with prophecy and, always posting up good clips. Subscribe and be edified. And in this particular one, I came across it and I watched it, and immediately, a couple scriptures popped into my mind, and I just want to do a quick lesson on this, just to show brothers and those of us that are out there that, hey, this guy Esau, he's looking for blood, man. All right, and the Lord is putting that old Edomite, bloodthirsty, ratchet spirit on Esau, Edom, on the so-called white man, and they're looking to really to get this race war popped off. And, you got a lot of these Edomites training in these underground clubs. They're all gathering together behind closed doors, prepping for this up and coming race riot. And really what they want to do is shed the blood of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the biblical Israelites. Now, of course, some of them are looking to fight against the government as well. But ultimately their main goal and their main focus is going to be upon you tribes. And these devils are training. They're doing everything that they possibly can to prepare for this race war, because ultimately Esau knows that his end is near. And he's going to try to fight tooth and nail to try to take his country back, to try to preserve his white privilege, and try to, do whatever he can do to stop from basically being wiped off the face of the earth. They see that. Salakia.
Yeah.
Oh, Salakia, like I was saying, Esau knows that they're not producing, they're becoming minorities here in this country. And basically, there's a shameful spewing on Esau's legacy, and everybody is seeing, the so-called white man and the so-called Israelis, and the history and the original sin of America. Now we're living in the times to where, all of his sins are coming to light. And everybody is looking at this man sideways. The Trump administration is totally doing a number on, Babylon the Great. A lot of these people are waking up to the fact that, everything is fake, and that this whole system, the whole Edomite supremacy, is a joke. It's a fraud. This man is realizing he's not as superior as he was, deceived into believing that he is actually inferior. The so-called white woman is don't want anything to do with the white man. They're choosing Jake. They're choosing the so-called Negro man, the Latino man, and Native American man. And these devils see that their so-called white supremacy and their legacy is getting flushed down the toilet. So the only thing that's left for them is to just to shed blood, man, and trying to band together. And they're going to try to have one last hoorah. But really what they want to do is try to shed the blood of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And at the end of the day, we know that the Lord is going to set the stage to where, the elect, man, hey, we're going to pound these devils to dust, man. Hey, the Lord's going to lift up that standard upon not only the American military against these elites and their agendas and their plans, but also the Lord is going to let his elect get busy on a lot of these, white supremacists and a lot of these militia groups that's going to be out here, when Jacob's trouble, when all hell break loose out here, trying to do their dirt, trying to, do what they got to do. A lot of them are going to be beaten to absolute dust, man. And remember, scriptures say that Jake is still going to get roused up. When you read Genesis, the 49th chapter, something's going to rouse these YNs and these Jakes up before all is said and done. And they're going to, Esau's going to get all the smoke that he wants. Not saying that, Jake is not, we're not out here trying to start up no race war. We're not out here trying to, fight and, take up guns and arms, and we got secret militia and fight clubs trying to prepare and train so that we can fight in this up and coming race war. But we know that Esau is going to ultimately bring it to Jake. They're the ones that's preparing. They're the one that's just gonna come out here and try to ride out and try to take a stance. But eventually it's not gonna end well for these devils. Now they will get some, Jake. They will catch some of these YNs and some of these 2/3 out here slipping. They might get a couple of carnal victories and a couple, knockouts and a couple of little minor wins here and there. But ultimately, man, hey, these devils gonna get they're gonna get their brakes beat off, man. Hey, and the Lord gonna give them all the smoke they want, and the Lord's gonna raise up His elect, and we're gonna take it to these devils, man. So let's play some of this little few minutes of this video. I got a couple of precepts, and I'm gonna close it out, man. So let's go.
You look like a Viking. No, I look like a man who went after my dad went after my stepmother with a double-headed axe when I was 11 years old on my birthday. That's what I look like. Oh, did that happen? Yeah. Oh, and what was the outcome? Visiting my dad in prison. I'm sorry about that. All right, so how you doing? How's your day? I want to see what most of you look like as burnt corpses in your own homes. Okay. What? If an asteroid hit the planet tomorrow and 2/3 of all humanity died, I would just build a home out of your skulls, and I'd use the rest of them for shit and piss buckets. You're all a bunch of greedy retards. You consume more than you create. I'm disgusted with humanity at this point, and you all better hope there isn't a God, because it's going to be my consistent request that all of the terrible things happen. After I die, I hope the terrible monster that you have all been worshiping shows up and starts murdering all of you and burning your children in the streets and impaling people and cutting their heads off. I think most of the planet deserves that at this point. If I can find you where anybody is located inside of an active war zone, I will try to kill you. I will do anything in my power to end you. I don't like most people. Most of you are ignorant, slovenly, greedy, lying, cheating, thieving, shit-stained, scum, worthless, lying, garbage people. That's what most people on this planet are. And in general, fuck you. And when most of you go to hell, I'm not going to shed one tear, not one for any of you in hell. Not one. Burn in hell. Fuck you. What the fuck was that? Oh my gosh. Someone needs to give him a hug.
Gathering to start a race war soon in America. Just take a second and listen.
Canada's largest white supremacist group is training with fascist fight clubs in the U.S., growing a global network, preparing for what they say is a race war.
The race war is here.
Meeting with some of the most prominent white nationalist groups in the United States and the founder of the whole movement.
I'm pro-white and for putting my race above everything else.
Through public Telegram posts, videos, and images, we track them from Texas to a major gathering in South Carolina.
It's very significant that we're seeing Canadians travel across the border. It is getting more and more coordinated by the day.
Active clubs are a global movement of white nationalist fight clubs who gather to train in combat sports. They're founded by this guy, Robert Rundo.
I put my people first.
Yeah, see? So these devils, hey, they're ready to delete you, Jake. They're ready to, have this race war against you, Jake, and fight to the death and take a lot of you, Jake, back to the spirit world, like the dirty, grungy Edomite dude was saying. You're scum. You're this. You're that. You're worthless. I hate you. I want to. If I can find your corpse, I'll build a house with your bones. Hey, these Edomites are coming back into that old Edomite spirit, man. And they're they're not hiding it anymore. And these simple ass dumbass Jakes out here acting surprised. They're like, what's wrong with this guy? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Why are they? Because that's who Esau Edom is. Hey, these are the type of things that these Edomites say behind closed doors when you niggas ain't around. They might smile with you at work. They might shoot the shit with you in the break room, talk about the football game. They might even, like a couple of rap songs, man. But ultimately, at the end of the day, these devils hate you, man. And they know that you're their enemy. And they're going to show you that they're their enemy pretty soon. You see? But hey, this is why, we know that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to be on the side of the elect. And we're not going to fear. You see? Because the Lord's going to lift up that standard. And the Lord is going to eventually come to the aid of of his very own elect, man. All right, this is Isaiah 41:9 in the NLT, it says, I have called you back from the ends of the earth, saying, you are my servant, for I have chosen you and will not throw you away. Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your power. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. See, all of your angry enemies lie there, confused and humiliated. Anyone who opposes you will die and come to nothing, you see? So all these devils are going to die. They're all going to meet a very terrible end. You know, they're not going to, succeed on all these little agendas that they're planning to do. It says, you will look in vain for those who try to conquer you. Those who attack you will come to nothing. For I hold you by your right hand. I, Yahweh, your power, and I say to you, don't be afraid. I am here to help you. Though you are a lowly worm, O Jacob, don't be afraid, people of Israel, for I will help you. I am Yahweh, your Redeemer. I am the Holy One of Israel. You will be a new threshing instrument with many sharp teeth. You will tear your enemies apart, making chaff of mountains. You will toss them into the air, and the wind will blow them all away. A whirlwind will scatter them. Then you will rejoice in Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. You will glory in the Holy One of Israel. See? And this is this is the standard the Lord's going to lift up for his elect in these times, man. And especially on a lot of these redneck, everyday sick Joe six-pack type of Edomites. These Edomites that are gathering up for this militia that's gathering up and out here training to get ready to fight against a lot of you jakes, man. It's going to be like kind of like just like on those purge movies, man. But it's going to be an actual real purge when all hell breaks loose in this society. And you got a lot of these Edomites and these militias training for that very time, thinking that, they got the upper hand. They're out there training and they're out there shooting in the woods. They're getting their kids to train in the woods. And it's funny today, I'm doing this video because earlier me and my son went to the store. I had to get something. It was this old ass Edomite dude came up to me. And he was just talking about all these guns he has, and I just sent my son 500 rounds of this, and he had an AR-15 and this and that, and I have a 6-year-old granddaughter, and I asked my grandson if I can send him my 22 so she can learn how to shoot, and she's been shooting it and she loves it, and I'm going up there for my 78th birthday on so and so, I got AR-15, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, oh, did you have a military background? And he's just like, no, I was in corrections for a very long time. I used to work with the FBI. I used to show the COs how to shoot and all these different things. Out of nowhere, this old Edomite came and said that. And he was like, yeah, well, my son, he's 6'6", he's 310 pounds. Because the Edomite dude, he was kind of tall. He's probably like 6'5", 6'4" himself, but just came out of the blue, talking about the sword, Esau's blessing, out of nowhere, man. And I told him, and I was like, damn, I was acting stupid. I was like, damn, so what are y'all preparing for? Like the end of the world? And he laughed like, but he kind of didn't really say anything. He just kind of laughed and just didn't really elaborate, or he just laughed off the question. But hey, this is exactly what these devils are preparing for. I don't think he just came and told me he got all these weapons and all these guns for no fucking reason. But yeah, that just shows you the spirit that Esau is in these last days. And while a lot of 2/3 of our people are out here playing games and lollygagging, you out here, capping for Esau. These Jake out here, these Jake Christians trying to save the so-called white man. They're in that goddamn Jesus Christ spirit, and God loves everybody, and we're all brothers. Y'all keep that same energy, man. Hey, when these militias and these Edomite white supremacists roll on your ass, yeah, start talking that Jesus Christ loves everybody and we're all brothers bullshit. They're gonna bust your head to the white meat, man. Let's get this. This is Micah chapter 4, verse 13. In the NLT, it says, "Rise up and crush the nations, O Jerusalem, says Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, for I will give you iron horns and bronze hooves, so you can trample many nations to pieces. You will present their stolen riches to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, their wealth to the Lord of all the earth." So hey, man, brothers, man, just stay prayed up, stay prepared, and understand the times that we're living in, man. Scriptures say, redeeming the times because the days are evil. And we see what these devils and these Edomites are ultimately up to, and what they're out here planning, and what their mindset is towards, man. So, hey, we're going to fear not. We know Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to be with his elect, man. Hey, and these devils are not going to prevail, man. And the Lord's going to raise up that standard. He's going to give us that spiritual power, and we're going to show these Edomites what it's really all about, hey, when all is said and done, man. So with that, Lord, this is edifying. All praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Until the next one, shalom.